In this episode, we talk about why Indian cricketers are reluctant to take part in the Ranji Trophy matches and how it affects the sport. We also talk about the Enforcement Directorate arresting Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. But first, we talk about the double murder case from Badaun. Hi, I am Niharika Nanda and you are listening to Three Things, the Indian Express news show. On Tuesday, two brothers aged 13 and 6 were killed at their home by a local barber in Uttar Pradesh's Badaun district. While the main accused, Sajid, fled the scene immediately after the incident, he was later gunned down in an alleged police encounter. The other individual who is said to have been involved in the crime is Sajid's brother Javed, who has been on the run but was arrested by the local police yesterday. However, what remains unknown and continues to haunt the family is the exact motive behind the crime. To know more about the case and what transpired, we are joined by Indian Express's Dheeraj Mishra, who has been reporting from Badaun for the story. Dheeraj, you had the opportunity to talk to the children's family. What was their reaction and how did they describe the incident?
So the thing is, this is a very heinous case. A gruesome murder has happened with the two minor children of a family. And of course, the family is in complete shock. And along with the shock, this has created a sort of a puzzle which has not been solved, which has not been yet resolved, that actually what was the motive behind murder. And I think this is one of the main issue that is hurting, that is troubling the family a lot. That why did somebody will kill a 13 and 6-year-old child in such a brutal manner? First. Second, the victim family is saying that the alleged murderer, they came to their house, one of them in the Sajid. So Sajid demanded rupees 5,000 to help for the medical expense, and he said that his wife is pregnant and he has to take her to the hospital. And family said that they supported him, they gave him rupees 5,000. And the mother of the child who were killed later said that, okay, you wait for some time, I'm going to make tea and just relax for a bit and take tea and then you can leave. So in the meantime, as family says that Sajid took 13-year-old, the elder son of the family, to the upstairs because the mother of the child, she runs a parlor. So he said that, okay, let's come with me to the upstairs. And he took the child on the top floor and he allegedly killed him. Then another child came with a glass of water to give him water, and in the same manner, he killed that child also. And the third child, which is the middle one, the second child of the family, he is one of the prime witness of the case. He saw something is happening and he went to the upstairs and saw that in a way the man was attacking the child, and he just rushed to the downstairs and informed on family. Then they closed the door and they started shouting. Neighbors heard them. They called the police. Then police came.
Right. And what we know is that even though the police tried to chase the two along with the neighbors, they somehow managed to escape. And then later, Sajid was killed in a police encounter. So tell us, what all do we know about Sajid?
So Sajid comes from a barber family. He himself runs a barber shop just in front of the building where this incident happened. So he has been running that shop over a long period of time. And also the two children who has been murdered, they also used to regularly go to that shop only. And they used to address that Sajid and Javed as Bhaiya. So that is what the family told me. The family and the accused and the victim, they were known to each other for a long time.
And what do we know about how he was killed in the encounter?
So, of course, everything will goes according to the police version. Police is saying that when Sajid flew the crime scene, in a way he was on the run, and police got information that he is somewhere hiding in a forest area nearby. And then police, in a way, they lead the siege and they started searching Sajid, and in a way they were trying to arrest him. They were trying to take him into custody. Then Sajid allegedly fired through a country-made pistol on the policeman. One of them was injured. He received minor injury. And then he was killed in a firing. So police fired in retaliation as per the official version. And he was killed in the retaliatory firing. So that is what the police is saying. But, I talked to the family, the victim and accused, both the families. They are saying that, of course, the crime is so gruesome, but he must have been arrested and he must have been interrogated that why did he do such a crime? Then police could have done whatever they want. This is what accused and family is saying, also the victim one. So police is saying that they were trying to arrest him and he fired on the police, and then police fired on him and he died.
And Dheeraj, you spoke to the father of the two deceased brothers, Vinod Kumar. What has he been demanding from the authorities?
Of course, Vinod Kumar's request, one of the request is the Javed should be interrogated properly. He should not be killed. He should not be encountered. I mean, as the thing happened with the first man, Sajid. So he is demanding a proper, fair inquiry. So for last 2 days, we are here in Badaun, and I have been currently in touch with Vinod Kumar, and he repeatedly said to me one thing that the Javed should be interrogated properly because he himself want to know that if he has committed such a crime, why did he do this? Also, it's a very hard to come with. I mean, to accept the thing that has happened with his family because he was not here, and he told me one thing that the day incident happened, he was so busy he couldn't talk. So he's a contractor. He works in a Lakhimpur Kheri. It's another district far from here, Badaun. So he said to me that I couldn't talk to them in the morning, so they called him around 1 p.m. something. And the younger one, the 6-year-old who has been one of the deceased, so 6-year-old told to him that, Papa, I have bought shoes and clothes and I'm very happy. So in a way, he was very happy, and somehow he cut the call and he thought that I would talk to him in the evening, in the night. Then he said that, this incident has happened. So now, never ever in my life I could get a chance to talk to my both sons. So that is the kind of pain he's going through, and his family also.
Right. And you also spoke to the accused's mother, Nazreen. So what did she tell you, and what does she make of the entire situation?
So Nazreen said to me that, of course, that family is also in a complete shock. I mean, they are also not able to understand. They are not able to get the complete picture. And Nazreen said to me that, she's saying that my son has been implicated. Both the sons has been implicated. She said that my son and the victim's family, they were in close. They were in a kind of, they were in touch with each other for a long time. And she's saying that he cannot do such a thing. And he is saying that his son has been implicated. Somebody else would have done this, and he is being implicated. She also said to me that, Sajid should have been arrested and interrogated. Then police could have done whatever they want. But until and unless, without proving the crime, without solving the crime, how can you do something like this? She said to me one thing also. For a long time, he was kind of ill mentally. He was not able to work properly. So she used to take her to the Dargah for around 8 years. And at Dargah, with the help of some Tantra Mantra and different type of things. So in a way, he was treated and then took him back to her house, and she got her married around 5 years back. And he had 2 children, but both of them died unfortunately. So she was in a way hinting to her that maybe it could have been something to deal with that childhood trauma or something like that. But of course, nobody is sure. We can't comment on anything until and unless we get some confirmation from the official sources.
And Dheeraj, has someone from the local authorities made any comments regarding this yet?
Yes, police SSP has been talking for a long time. He said that we have recovered weapons, which is clear to establish that Sajid killed both of the children, and also the Javed was involved in this. So they are saying that the matter is being investigated thoroughly in a different, with all the possible angles, including the black magic one, that maybe it could have been a case of black magic or not. And also they said that after interrogating Javed properly, we would be able to comment on the question of motive.
So Dheeraj, what do we know at the moment, and what is the current situation like?
Now, Javed has been arrested. He surrendered yesterday before Bareilly police, and now he has been taken to the Badaun, and he's being currently interrogated. And as of now, as we are recording this story, so police has scheduled a press conference by 6, and they said that they will reveal something. Also, the family of the Javed, his father and his uncle has also been taken into the custody. Also, I just found out the children's grandmother, she has been just called for the questioning, and police is putting forth the questions from whatever could be the possible case in this. So the current status is that questioning is ongoing, and police is looking into all the possible aspect of the case.
And next we talk about the Indian cricket. Since its inception in 2008, the Indian Premier League or IPL, now the grandest T20 cricket tournament globally, has gradually reduced the significance and popularity of longer domestic tournaments. In fact, in response to this, the Board of Control for Cricket in India, the wealthiest cricket board worldwide, took action last month by cautioning players against prioritizing IPL over domestic cricket. And to set an example, it even excluded two young players, Shreyas Iyer and Ishan Kishan, from their list of central contracts for missing Ranji Trophy matches this season. Now, a recent analysis conducted by the Indian Express sheds light on the scale of this problem. Turns out, of the 165 Indian cricketers enlisted for IPL 2024, 56 did not appear for a single game in this latest Ranji season, while an additional 25 only appeared for one single match. To talk about the analysis and this problem, Indian Express's Pratyush Raj joins us in this segment. Pratyush, before IPL came along, how important was the Ranji Trophy for budding cricketers and the Indian cricket scene?
We recently won a test series against England, right? 4-1. And there's the youngsters who stepped up. Major players like Kohli, Sami, KL Rahul, and between Bumrah was listed for one match. The big names were missing, but still we managed to win, right? So Ranji Trophy has been India's premier tournament for decades. Now with IPL coming up, there has been a tendency where cricketers, they generally would miss Ranji Trophy games so that they could remain fit for the IPL to play for their respective franchises. So during that test series, BCCI came with a dictate that now you will pick players on the basis of Ranji Trophy performances, right? And they made it compulsory that they must play. And players like Ishan Kishan and Shreyas Iyer has not been given contract because of the reason. Shreyas, although was part of the team throughout he missed out on the injury, but certainly he faked his injury and didn't turn up for Mumbai. But in the final, he was there. So he was punished. Same goes with Ishan Kishan, who took a break because of travel fatigue. Then instead of joining his state Jharkhand, he was seen practicing in Baroda with Hardik Pandya. So he also ignored the Ranji Trophy. So if contracted players are ignoring Ranji Trophy, so BCCI came up with this dictate that you must have to play because that's our premier tournament and you can't skip it. You can't give an excuse that boss, I want to stay fit for IPL, that's why I'm missing. So that was the dictate given by BCCI. Then we decided to dig up stats, how many players certainly played, how many missed out, how many played just one game after BCCI's dictate that game, how many has played couple of games just for the sake of attendance. So that's how the story panned out.
So after IPL was founded in 2008, would you say the importance of long format tournaments like the Ranji Trophy has reduced?
Absolutely, it has been reduced because if you see over the years, because it has become a shortcut, right? If you can do well in IPL, you'll suddenly garner attention. The commentators will talk about you, the cricket pundits, the journalists will write, and the coverage. It's also about the coverage the IPL got. It's like worldwide, global coverage. For example, Ranji Trophy will be, when Express, we don't do that, but in general newspaper, what we have seen that it will be reduced to a single column. Even in the websites, they generally don't cover it that much. So IPL gives you that coverage. It puts you on the camera. You certainly become a star. Ek match hua, and you're seen partying with the like of Shahrukh Khan, Priti Zinta, and all. You know, that lifestyle is like it's like Razzmatazz, right? It's box office. And Ranji Trophy at the same time is for example, IPL is like Karan Johar's movie. Ranji Trophy is like Anurag Kashyap's movie. So it's hard, yeah. It's grinding. And that's why the youngsters, so generally, unka jo temptation hai, that is more towards that paparazzi, that parties, that camera, everything. And it's an easy money. For example, in our story, we have discussed ki kaise, if you are playing throughout a Ranji Trophy, you end up earning 18 to 20 lakhs. The base price of IPL for any cricketer is 20 lakh, and that's for 2 months.
And you mentioned how the Indian Express analyzed team lists to figure out the extent to which things have changed. What are some of the biggest highlights from the analysis?
The biggest highlight that came up with, obviously, one was Ishan Kishan neglecting, not turning up for his state side. Then Hardik Pandya, Mumbai Indians captain, his brother Kunal Pandya, they haven't played for Baroda in Ranji Trophy for a while. Hardik last played the domestic tournament in 2018, so he has not turned up for his state side for past 6 years. Then there are few things like even the cricketers. There's a classic case of Yudhavir Singh Charak of JNK. the guy who runs the JNK, Mr. Brigadier Anil Gupta, on record had said that this guy generally, he got a report from LSG, Lucknow Super Giants, saying that he has a nickel, and he never turned up for the JNK Ranji Trophy camp. The physios of JNK never got to see कि हाँ boss क्या निगल है. So it has become a trend, and franchise are kind of, there's obsession about how to protect their players.
And what kind of reasons do these players give for not playing long format matches like Ranji Trophy? And can you share some examples?
There are a couple, like एक तो injury concern होता है, so they don't want to miss on IPL. Playing 2 months gives you 20 lakhs. Playing an entire season gives you 18 to 20 lakhs. That's one thing. Second, if because of the scheduling and the congestion of the Ranji Trophy, you're traveling too much. The gap between matches are very less, so you are supposed to pick up some injury. The workload management. So that's another thing. But most of the time, the reluctance to play for Ranji Trophy is to stay fit for IPL. Jitesh Sharma is a classic example. He played one match. He made his debut this year for India. He played one Ranji Trophy game. Vidarbha went on to reach final, and then he skipped all the 9 matches. Deepak Chahar and Rahul Chahar, both brothers, they play for Rajasthan. And so there's one thing that they also pick and choose. Deepak Chahar doesn't want to play red ball. There are cricketers who doesn't want to play red ball cricket. This, for example, Hardik Pandya is the biggest example. And if एक Hardik Pandya का होता है समझ में आता, but there's someone like 21-year-old Rajvardhan Hangarkekar, under 19 star, won under 19 for India in 2022. He is getting 1 crore from Chennai Super Kings. He's also escaping to stay fit. So जो एक trend है, it's very upsetting that the kind of if it's not setting a right example, right? I mean, then at the same time, you have guys like SSV Jaiswal and Dhruv Jure, who was the find of the series. Like, and but they have also come up through the ranks. They have played IPL. No one knew Dhruv Jure till last season when he became an impact player. But the selectors somewhat took a punt on him. He has been consistently playing for UP in the Ranji Trophy, and he has done well. So it's a double-edged sword. But जो एक है वो एक ज़्यादा tilted है कि that they just don't want to play Ranji Trophy.
And Pratyush, as someone who frequently writes on the sport, can you share with us why is it important for players to play the regional tournaments like Ranji Trophy?
It's again like if you see there's while we were doing this, so there's a very fascinating stat that came up, right? अपना IPL का top 10 leading run getters, including foreigners, all of them have played more than 100 first class matches. Top 10 leading wicket takers, only 2 have played less than 50, and 8 of them has played more than 50 first class cricket matches. So certainly if you want to become a better cricketer, you'll have to do well in the longest format, because that's the most tough. It challenges your character. How's your temperament? वो होता है. Saurabh Ganguly, I remember, former India captain, said in a podcast in the channel of A Sports in Pakistan, a very classic line. He said कि पैसे कमाओ लेकिन player आप first class cricket खेल के ही बन सकते हो. So that's the one thing. Even Mr. Gavaskar has spoken to my colleague Venkat Krishna, and he has stated the same thing, because if you want to do well, if playing all the 3 formats are crucial. No one cares about what you have done in the last IPL, right? Ending a 30 ball 60, a 40 ball 80. But people will praise if you have scored an 80 in a Ranchi test, in a Dharamsala or at Lords, you have scored a century. That's how you are going to be rated. That's how you're going to be remembered. An IPL inning here and there will not give you that amount of satisfaction, that amount of recognition. But if you scored a match winning, a fighting century at Perth, at Wellington, or Centurion in Mumbai, Wankhede or Kotla in Delhi, that will give you that recognition. हाँ, इसके अंदर वो बात है.
And do you think IPL scouts also have a role to play in all of this?
Oh, massive, massive. So generally, sad, it was true. जो crowd होते हैं, you won't see crowd entering for a Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy or a Vijay Hazare Trophy. But a scout is, they have been treated royally. अरे chair लगा दो साहब के लिए. We have seen that, and they will sit with the diary that they are doing their job, and then players also conscious. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन स्कूल जैसे प्रिंसिपल अगर राउंड मार रहा है तो सारे बच्चे जैसे शांत हो जाते हैं, लाइक एक्टिंग लाइक हाँ बॉस पकड़े ना जाओ. सो same happens if RCB scout is there, KKR scout is there, they somehow they get to know कि हाँ यार ये आने वाला है, so they will be at their best कि let's impress them. And that 1 minute, I'll tell you a classic example. Kumar Kusag sold to Delhi Capitals for 7.2 crores. Then DC Scout, his strike rate is 115 in domestic T20. The DC Scout went for a match in Vijay Hazare where he scored 35 ball 65. They saw it, videos, the entire management was impressed, and there were more than one scout. There were 3-4 scouts there. RCB, Gujarat Giant, Delhi Capitals, Mumbai Indians. And suddenly this guy has become a crorepati. So he's 19 and he's been gone for 7.2 crores. So that's how scouting works. To impress the scout, it's the new trend.
And we understand that even Indian cricket team's coach Rahul Dravid spoke about this recently. So what did he have to say?
Look, Rahul Dravid is someone who has the generation before, like that Sachin, Dravid, Lakshman, Ajit Agarkar, the selector. These guys, they have, usse pehle there was no IPL. So they know the importance, right? Ki you'll have to do well in Ranji Trophy, then you'll be picked for Dilip Trophy, Zonal, then India A, then India. So he is someone, I think, who cherishes the performances who value it, because there's something about Ranji Trophy that it's not an easy tournament. You are not traveling in business class. Abhi to at least they are traveling in flight, but in those days they used to travel in trains. Like they know how difficult it is if you are scoring runs. So there's value for those runs. But abhi, because of the IPL, it has become value for the money. Right. So, and Rahul Dravid has made it very clear. In fact, not only Dravid, even the captain Rohit Sharma, the chief selector Ajit Agarkar, they have made it very clear that cricketers now will pick on the performances in the Ranji Trophy.
And Pratyush, you mentioned how the BCCI recently issued a dictate that players will be picked based on their Ranji Trophy performances, and how Ishan Kishan, for example, had not been given a contract because of that. So, are measures like these supposed to help?
Look, boy, है ना कि आते काफी देर कर दी भाई साहब. It's been 17 years. It's been happening since 2008. But now it's good that they have taken this stand. So, but then they have to execute it. They have to put a rule, and that rule should be applicable for everyone. So, you have created a beast, and that beast is IPL. That is your bread and butter again. That gives you the money. Your entire system is running on that. For example, again, like in Ishan Kishan, it all started because of that guy. So if Ishan Kishan is getting 15 crores, has been invested by Reliance, he's a Reliance ka player, he's plays for Mumbai Indian. And do you think a state association president of Jharkhand cricket, he has that guts and he is in that position that he'll tell Mumbai Indians, no, we will not give you NOC, since because he has not played for us, he will not play for you as either. I can't see it, like it will go on and on and on unless BCCI take a very strong decision ki haan theek hai, Ranji Trophy pehle kar lete hain. Let's give importance to that. We can have the white ball tournaments later, but again फिर then आप auction कैसे रखोगे? When you are going to put that auction, because auction उस time में इसलिए रखा जाता है so that white ball tournament में scouts होंगे, they will get the players and they will bid for them. So it's a very murky situation if you see overall.
And in the end, we talk about Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's arrest. Yesterday evening, a 12-member team of the Enforcement Directorate arrested Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal at his residence in North Delhi's civil lines. The Enforcement Directorate team reached his residence and began questioning after the Delhi High Court yesterday refused to grant CM Arvind Kejriwal protection from coercive action in the excise policy case in which he had been issued multiple summons before. Meanwhile, the Delhi CM has moved the Supreme Court seeking an urgent hearing challenging the Delhi High Court order, and the top court is expected to hear the matter later today. Following the arrest, Section 144 was imposed outside the Delhi CM's residence as AAP leaders and followers gathered to show support, and security was also beefed up around the area with the deployment of RAF and CRPF units along with Delhi police personnel. Speaking to the media last evening, AAP leader Atashi said that Kejriwal will not resign from his post and if needed, he will run the government from jail.
लेकिन ये बिल्कुल साफ है, शाम भर से बिल्कुल साफ है, जिस भारी संख्या में पुलिस का डिप्लॉयमेंट हुआ, सैकड़ों पुलिस अफसर, हजारों पैरामिलिट्री फोर्सेस यहाँ पे मौजूद थे, तो इसलिए बिल्कुल साफ है शाम से ही कि अरविंद केजरीवाल को गिरफ्तार करने वाले थे. क्योंकि एक राजनीतिक साजिश है. प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी को अरविंद केजरीवाल से डर लगता है और अब लोकसभा चुनाव शुरू होने वाले हैं, तो उससे पहले वो अरविंद केजरीवाल को गिरफ्तार करना चाहते हैं।
अब आप लोग क्या करने जाएंगे, किस तरह से लीगल?
देखिए, हम लोगों ने सुप्रीम कोर्ट को मूव कर दिया है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में एप्लीकेशन फाइल कर दी है और सुप्रीम कोर्ट को हम अर्जेंट हियरिंग के लिए आज रात ही सुप्रीम कोर्ट सुनवाई करे, इसके लिए हमने रिक्वेस्ट किया।
वो रिजाइन करेंगे?
अरविंद केजरीवाल दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री हैं और रहेंगे।
You were listening to Three Things by the Indian Express. Today's show was edited and mixed by Suresh Pawar and produced by Shashank, Bhargava and me, Niharika, Nanda. If you like the show, then do subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. You can also recommend the show to someone you think will like it. Share it with a friend or someone in your family. It's the best way for people to get to know about us. You can also tweet us at Express Audio and write to us at podcasts@indianexpress.com.